Hare Krishna. Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, 51st sloka. Karmajam buddhi yuktahi phalam tyaktva manishinaha janma bandha vinirmuktaha padam gacchante namayam. The wise person who has realized about the greatness of Supreme Lord Almighty will abandon the attachments to the fruits of his action. He will dedicate the fruits resulted of his deeds to the Lord Almighty itself. By doing so, he will escape from the cycle of birth and death. He will attain the state beyond all the sufferings, miseries, these all materialistic sufferings. He will become Jivan Mukta. He will be Aparoksha Jnani. He will be a super yogi. He will be in the state of eternal bliss. Lord Sri Krishna calls his devotees to practice yoga, such yoga for attainment of permanent bliss, salvation, the moksha. Seeking materialistic benefits, fruits, is very, very inferior goal of oneself. So one should abandon it. Being a human, it is very valuable life. Rather, he should aim for spiritual attainment. Manishi, a incredible special knowledge, he should gain. He should do such practice. Then he will become Manishinaha, the wise person, he who realizes the Supreme Lord. Then he will become Janma Bandha Vinimukta. He will be free. He will get freedom from the bondage of life and death. That is the work of Buddhi Yuktaha, the wise person. He knows the Supreme Lord by this spiritual way. 52nd sloka. Yadate moha kalilam buddhirvetitarishyati tadagantasi nirvedam srotavyasya sutasya cha. Once your mind, intellect, the buddhi is cleansed of delusion, ignorant thoughts, then you will acquire full benefits, full fruits from the teachings you have heard so far now, and also the teachings you are going to hear in future as well. If we want to see our face in the mirror should be clean. If it is covered with dust, we cannot see our face image properly, even though we have properly cleaned our face. Likewise, if our mind, intellect, manas is immersed with delusion, with mithya jnana, then we cannot recollect the knowledge what we have got so far. The knowledge gained so far will be of no use in such a condition if our mind is not cleaned, if our intellect is not proper. And also the knowledge that we are going to gain also will be of no use. It will be a waste. So first we should cleanse our mind, make it free from various worldly thinking, worldly demands, worldly attachments, and so on. Let the mind be prepared, tamed, cleansed, then it will be eligible for absorbing spiritual knowledge. Then it will be further ready to gain further knowledge, positive direction. Delusive, ignorant viewpoints are those that are not supported by Vedas, Upanishads, Brahma Sutras, Gitas, Sadagamas, etc. Sri Satyadhyana Swamin In his Gita Pratipadartha Chandrika, for Nirvedam, he says, gaining highest benefit. He quotes, gaining highest fruits. So we should not go towards gaining delusive knowledge, mithya jnana. We should go on gaining spiritual knowledge, God realization. That is a must for a spiritual seeker. 53rd Shloka. Shruti vipratipannate yada sthasyasi nischala samadha vachala buddhi stada yogama vapsyasi. If one develops strong inclination, conviction about the teachings of scriptures, sayings of the Lord, then his mind will be able to get rid themselves of the ignorant viewpoints, materialistic gains. His mind will be pure and strong to absorb spiritual sayings of the scriptures, spiritual sayings of the great saints. Such people will be able to focus on Lord's sayings, Lord's incarnations, Lord's past times, and will move towards gaining eternal bliss. He will become a yogi, the Jivan Mukta, a Jnani. Initially, one's mind will be faced with their conflicting deliverances and seduction, corruptive knowledge of false teachings. Gradually, as conviction, dedication, firmness increases, his mind will become sharp. He will shed ignorance. The mind will shed ignorance. It will become clean and clean. It will shed delusions and gains clarity. Now, the mind will be wise to absorb true Vedic spiritual knowledge. He will be constantly elevated to the spiritual path. Thereafter, one will reach the state of samadhi. His mind will be totally immersed in the supreme blissful Almighty. He will enjoy in the direct perception of the Lord, the Brahman. The samadhi position is of two types, the sampradnyata samadhi and another one is the asampradnyata samadhi. In first sampradnyata samadhi, the person will be having a little contact with the materialistic world. He will be having some contact with the materialistic world, say about 95-96% contact with the Lord and about 4 to 5% contact with the this world, materialistic world, life, with this life. Whereas in asampradnyata samadhi, his contact with the materialistic world is totally lost, zero contact. And 100% contact will be with the Lord Almighty. He will be fully immersed with the Lord's feet in total bliss, total eternal bliss. The asampradnyata samadhi state is totally undisturbed one. It is a totally undisturbed state. Even by loud beating of drums will not be disturbing. He will not be disturbed by this external sounds. His mind will be in a position of state of study with the Lord. To gain such a highest state, the asampradnyata samadhi, one need enormous practice of controlling of his sense organs, mind, intellect, and devoted study of the scriptures as said by the gurus, real gurus. Controlling of Ekadashendriya will be achieved by practice and practice with firm commitments. This Manas Indriya, this is 11th Indriya, is called as Anthakarana also. It is within the body. So we have to control it. Shruti Pratipanna. means not tempted, allured by the fruitive sayings of Vedas. Buddhi means intellect, the antakarana. Nischala means steadfast, without any doubt about final fruits of spiritual knowledge. This is the end of 53rd sloka. We will continue further. Hare Krishna, Hare Srinivasa.